I'm not gonna lie. I feel like no matter what I do, I am not able to get a break. I've got a 4-day weekend. I'm actually in the 4-day weekend right now, and I'm still thinking about work. I'm still working per se, and I'm not sure I like it. Now, I think there are definitely things that I'm doing that you could consider work that I do enjoy, right? Sitting down, recording this is fun for the most part. Logging into work and doing some random documentation stuff for me, I don't think that it's fun. And I've been doing a lot of reflecting and thinking as to why I don't think that it's fun and why am I feeling this way, right? Why do I feel so tired? I think it is because of the way things are going on at work, right? The number one issue right now is I feel like the quality that I'm delivering, and I really like to deliver the best quality that I can deliver, right? Not the perfect thing, but as of right now, there have been no defects that have been coming out of my code that I've put out. It's because I spent a lot of time testing and coming up with edge cases and making sure that things are solid and a good user experience. But recently, what's been happening is we have something that we need to do, right? We point it, it's brought into the sprint, it's committed. I'll work on it, and the acceptance criteria are so ambiguous that you could interpret it either way. And I think that is a core of the problem because what's happening is I will interpret it a certain way, I'll get it done, and I'll pace myself in, to make sure that I get my work done on time according to the acceptance criteria. And what's happening is I'll get it done and I'll get, a ping from my tech lead or a ping from someone and saying like, no, 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 you need to do this too. And so it's like, okay, okay, maybe I missed it. Let me go look at the acceptance criteria. And it's like, oh, shoot, this is so vague, right? And what happens is, okay, you add something in, and it's like, great, we did it. And it's like, okay, well, let's add this into. It's like, oh, okay, well, let me spend another day. Like, what's another day? We have 10 days. Okay, well, let me do that. Oh, but we shouldn't have written it like this. We need to rewrite the entire thing. Okay, okay, agreed. Let's rewrite the entire thing. Now it takes another couple days. Keep in mind, we have 10 days. And now I've spent, 5, 6, 7 days working on something that technically could have already been done. And this never ending cycle of working on things and having to redo it and add to it is really, really tiring. And it's really frustrating. Um, Not because I have to redo it, right? That work has to be done either today or tomorrow. It's the fact that when we commit to the sprint, we're saying, okay, I want to do these things. And as you keep adding on to that, as you keep uh, rewriting things, as you keep redoing things, you're running out of times or you're running out of time at the end of the sprint. And so what you have to do is to get that work done, you're cutting corners. And if you're cutting corners, your quality is low, or at least it's lower. And so consistently for the past almost all of the sprints that I've had this year, I feel like I'm becoming a worse and worse developer. And I really want to break that cycle. So, what I want to do is really be strong with the acceptance criteria that we have for our projects, for our tasks. But it's hard because I'm not a tech lead. And I think one of the cultures that we have now uh, engulfed is that it doesn't really matter what you think. The work has to get done and you got to do it. I think beforehand, it was really easy for me to go and talk to someone and be like, hey, I think this idea needs a little bit of reworking. Or, hey, what do you think about this idea? Or, hey, what do you do? Like, what do you want for this? Or, how do you envision this? Right? It was an open door policy. And that doesn't mean that anyone's idea got implemented right off the bat. No, no, no. It was thought through, but there was no repercussion for saying something. And now I feel like there are repercussions. And even if there are repercussions, it's very easy to just dismiss it because hey, you're just a mid-level developer, right? And so I'm coming home every day and I feel so bad because it's like this is not the type of work that I would like to put my name on, but inadvertently, I'm putting my name on every single commit that I'm doing, right? And I'm really trying to think about what is it that I need to do to get better. Now, going back to the I feel like I'm not getting any breaks part. You know, I'm in a 4-day weekend right now. There's not much that's going on, but I can't stop thinking about work. Even as I'm sitting here, I'm recording this. I'm having fun, but in the back of my mind, it's like, oh my God, I got to do this. I got to get this done. Right. And a part of me is like, I just got to sit through it, get it done. And the other part of me is like, no, 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 take your time, make sure that it's the best thing that you can do. And the thing that's in the back of my mind is I know the right one. And that's who I should be doing. And I should be doing the right thing, but it's challenging. And so that led me to think about, okay, well, am I not enjoying, like, do I not like working, or am I just not enjoying the work that I'm doing? And I think the way I've phrased things, it's kind of obvious that I'm not liking the work that I'm doing, right? I have no problems with recording this because I think it's fun. I think it adds value. I think it helps me become better, right? So I don't think that I've lost that itch to continuously learn, to continuously improve. But at the same time, the work that I'm doing, I think is indicative that I'm not improving. It's indicative that I'm getting worse. It's indicative that I'm cutting corners. It's indicative that I'm not holding up to my own standards. And when that happens, it's like I don't even really want to do the work, which is such a snowball effect if you think about it, right? Because already I'm running out of time to do the work, and now I don't want to do it. So now there's this mental blocker and I'm procrastinating. And now I've got less time to do it. Now I got to cut more corners. Now I'm more disappointed. Now I don't want to do it even more. And now this cycle is it's snowballing. And it's like, well, how do I actually stop the snowball, right? How do I get back to doing the things that I like? How do I get back to improving? How do I get back to being a good software developer, something that I can actually be proud of and to put my name on? And frankly, I don't know, right? I think a lot of it has to do with the new culture, with the new management that we've gotten. But that can't be the only thing that's working on, right? Like I think a lot of it is my fault that I'm letting myself snowball into that, right? If I look at, when I started, I had no problems working 20, 14-hour days, 20-hour days just to get the work done just because I was learning and I was having so much fun. And now when I hit that, 7-hour mark, 8-hour mark, it's like, "Oh, I'm so ready to go home. I want to go home and just sleep." And I'm getting to the point where I come home and I have no energy, right? I can push myself, I can do some side projects and work, but I honestly, like, if I'm just sitting there and maybe I've got the TV on, I will almost guaranteed fall asleep. And it sucks, and I want to get better, and I don't want to complain as much, right? I think this reflection has become more of a rant than it has becoming reflective and figuring out how I can improve. But I think it's important to address that, right? I don't know how I'm going to get out of it, but I hope that in the next few weeks, I can figure out what I need to do to get out of it, even if it means cutting my losses and going to a different team or going to a different company, or just working on something else entirely, right? I think it's scary because I have a even though the foundation is starting to crumble, I still have a foundation here, right? I know that I'm respected by my teammates, I'm respected by my direct managers, I'm respected by the people I work with, but I feel like that's slowly eroding away because I'm losing respect for myself. And I I can't let that happen, right? But on the other hand, it's like, do I really want to run away from my problems or do I want to face it head on? Um, I think it's a great challenge. I think it's a great way to learn because this is ultimately, if you think about it, this is going to happen wherever I go, right? um, there's nothing major or serious that's happening, and there are going to be times where it's like, "Ah, I don't want to do this." So how can I leverage this opportunity to come out on top, right? How can I still be productive? How can I still do good work? And I think this using this as an opportunity to learn and to overcome those challenges is something that's also on my mind. And so realistically, I don't know. I really don't know. Um, Part of my brain's like, just go, right? Like, find something that excites you, work on that, and you'll get back. You'll spring right back. The other part of me is like, well, if I do, and that problem arises again, then what, right? Then I just gave up the the leverages that I had, the strong but yet crumbling foundation that I had here, and traded it for something that isn't, people don't know me, right? So now I have to reprove myself, re-evaluate, and recreate those foundations. But if it's me that's the problem, then it doesn't matter where I go, that problem will still be there, and I'll still be doing work that I don't like. And so tying it all back in, having a 4-day week in efforts to take a break and efforts to recharge and relax, I feel like did not help at all. And it sucks because in the 4 days, it's like, yeah, I was productive. I did work, but I don't feel good. I don't feel relaxed. I don't feel recharged. And even doing the things that help me do that at this point help in the short term, but I think I go right back to the state that I was in eventually, which is not something that I am proud of. So either way, we'll try our best to get through it. I'm glad that I have the opportunity to talk about this kind of stuff, right? You imagine people that have to get stuff done, people that have to work, and they have no other option, right? There's no option of, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to do the work. Like, no, 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 you got to get it done. So I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to complain about my work, to complain and figure out, like, hey, like, I'm not enjoying my work. I have the opportunity to switch if I want to. I'm very thankful and grateful for that. But it's just a matter of making sure that I'm able to make a decision that's right for me, and also something that can help me propel further into the future, and for me to get better, if I haven't already mentioned that. um, than to just be stuck in this, wallowing crazy mess, right? Like, something that I used to tell myself all the time is, you could either wallow around in your own misery or you could do something about it. And I want to start trying to do something about it, but I don't even know where to begin. And who knows, maybe it'll just all pass on its own and I'm overlooking and overthinking into things. Who knows? Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm going to end the reflection right here. And hopefully in the future, we'll be back ready to go again.